Hi, I don't know how you'll hear me. I can't bring this outside right now because it won't record outside, or I'm in the wrong place. Or maybe I could try right now because I think you would hear me much better. So let me let me take you outside and see if this will work. If it does, then we can keep talking because that would be great. So let's see if I don't drop you. Hi. I wanted to do I wanted to do as long as I don't drop the internet. I wanted to do a little talk on today's energy in a positive way because I was feeling a little bit wobbly. And also to talk a little bit about current events in the world. And you may know more than I do. But honestly, everything that's happening on the world in the world is for this planet. Remember, the planet is alive itself, and also us. We're evolving souls. We have souls, and we're evolving, and we're here at a very auspicious and amazing time in history, where a lot of crap seems to be coming to the surface. Fires, um, earthquakes, famines, all manner of definitions of trust, mistrust, mismanagement, all emotions surfacing in a variety of ways over food, jobs, work, money, what kind of religion, sexual gender, um, treatment of animals, treatment of each other, the systems that one was either forced to believe and lived into or believed were the way to do things is falling apart because they don't feel right anymore. And we're in this place of do the job and still show up for money and then trust that something bigger is coming to elevate us, to not so much rescue us as to be a bridge to the something else that we really desire. So this is a very great time. A few years ago, we stood at the door of the portal of the age of Aquarius. Then we went through to that a magnificent arena valley life of the age of Aquarius, where there's crystal buildings, stone buildings, magnificent places, a valley of honey, if you will, a valley of abundance. And I saw that we, as collectively in energy, stood at this. It's like, what do you call the first step that you take? Is if you're out on a veranda and you're seeing this vista of beauty, power, abundance, truth. It was a magical place. That's Earth. And so now the planets will be aligning. I think there's 6 or 7 planets aligning with the last one when the moon comes and is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, and peace aligns the planet and love will stare at the stars. And we are there. We are in this dawning of the age of Aquarius, and it doesn't seem like it, right? When it seems hard to pay bills, when people don't have homes, the earthquakes, floodings, nature seem to be weird in places, over exuberant, and take away lives and take away prosperity. This is all a cleansing of this planet, and to show the corruption and the hideous, horrific, unfathomable choices of some folks displayed in human, and that is inhuman, and some as human played out. And it's not for us to stay in fear and upsetness and being wobble, and it's for us to really feel our hearts of creation and soul and honor that we are partnered with a dynamic force that some of you call God, but that's kind of strange in some sense because there is no male God or male gods of your particular religion that are in a one single um, way in terms of a look are the God who's coming to rescue you. Now, in the field of this energy, of this power, God, you are from that born into 3D, having an experience and yet carrying the spark in your DNA, in your cells, of this magnificent field, God, force, infinite mind, soulfulness, creator, vast, vast field of knowledge, infinite awareness, whatever other names that help you understand frequency, energy, vibration, this God force that you are, we are awakening to all that. And it's coming in the backside of all kinds of crazy things that would seem hurtful, and yet they are to bring prosperity in. And so I go through my own challenges too. The bridge that I was given to have a day job is whacked, fucked up, old paradigm, and quite frankly, I don't like it. However, I, as an example, can find some joy in the day, some joy, some smile, some conversation, just knowing that, yeah, they do pay me. And also deciding as an adult to, I'm going to go take a rest. I don't care if it's an assigned break, I'm going to go take a rest. We have to use our own discernment, intelligence, and wisdom to allow and surrender and figure out some things, but not everything. Because in the field of possibility where our desire is, if we will allow ourselves to match up with that and bring it in and talk about it, we will have our powers restored. So, in the area of whatever money or abundance the world is currently trading or purchasing in the field of travel, in the field of home, in the field of health, in the field of love, in the field of magic, in the field of health. Take all those areas of life and, as you will, singly think about them and allow some time when you can feel how you feel truly about that particular topic and feel all the feelings, all the low, all the disruption, all what you're really thinking. And then give yourself a break for a moment and feel that problem resolved. How would you feel? And you take yourself to that place of great freedom, great relief, great joy, unfathomable happiness, and not knowing, and you don't have to know who and how and when and why and anything about that. You just have to feel very grateful, very exuberant in appreciation that that has not only been answered, but is meeting you now, meeting you now, that future, that now self now, and now, because you brought it and feeling it now. And that may sound crazy, but if you will start to understand science by frequency, energy, vibration, this is 3D. Hear that? This computer, this is 3D. In the 3D, we do things in linear fashion to get somewhere. Time and space. The faster we move, the faster we get somewhere. We put things on a list. The more we check off, the more we're getting done. It takes time and space. I've got to get to my car, get in my car, go somewhere. I've got to take a walk or come outside my apartment or home and wait for a bus or wait for a ride and get somewhere. 30 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour is walking or biking. Time and space, third dimension. If we do fourth dimension is just about time, the timelessness or timing, using time. The fifth dimension, what we aspire to, the creation area, there is no time and space. It's just all now. There's no linear, it's just dimensions upon dimensions. Joe Dispenza offers a point of view that if you had stood in front of a mirror in a department store and there's another mirror in the department store, when you stand in front of the one mirror, there are all many dimensions that you'll see yourself going forward and backward. When you're in the other mirror, you see dimensions and the store, dimensions literally, and yourself in another direction. Those are all dimensions, all breaking time and space. There is no time and space. It's just the nowness, just the now. And if you can, in a now period of softness and a now period of feeling, allowing yourself some good, that issue of whatever area of life feels better, feels resolved, is solution. It is solution. And you're just happy about it, That is bringing it to you. And the more times you can do that, you bring it to you quicker. You bring it to you to the now, to you just it, to you just have it. It's really that simple, but it's almost hard to fathom because we're surrounded by just what we see. So you have to find a good thing about that moment to keep yourself at a higher elevation rather than the fearful elevations, the fearful definitions of survival, of how to's, how long to's, and where to's, the lower chakras, the lower energy centers. We have to think and allow ourselves higher. So here I am sitting in Sedona, supposedly the land of epiphanies, a land of spiritual pilgrimages, and all about me is commercialism. And so, what do we have? Discernment. You have to decide what really feels right for you to enact and choose upon rather than what you just see. Take the energy of it. If you've acted one way one day over a subject, you might feel changed to act totally different about it. The energy shifts. I've had recent experiences where friends here, I didn't like the energy of it. It was total awful energy. And I made some judgments about it, which at the time were correct for me. And now I changed it because the energy is feeling different and I will explore it. And also, I'm asking for ways to show me to open up as artist. So, just going to be open and follow through those steps. Yes, that's linear in time, but things are coming to me for examination, for review, and also what I truly want to be known as artist and just have all my products in all the different ways out and sell and offer and create relationship and upliftment through the arts, through being artist. And you may have a similar dream. You also may have things going on called pay rent or pay bills or how to buy food. Some of these things may seem and are challenging, and so you do your best. You may need to redefine some definitions on, okay, I'm doing my best and I'm paying what I can. And the self definition of feeling great no matter what. Or you may need to seemingly not tell truth. Not you may seemingly steal if you need to eat. You may seemingly have to tell a fib to move to the next step because you are to thrive. And are you doing from a place of I'm going to trust, I'm going to provide, the universe is there for me, and I'm going to keep thinking this good thought. I'm not going to bring lack and limitation toward myself. I'm not going to define my life as bad. I'm going to see myself in glory. I'm going to do the best that I can do right now, whatever that is. Because we're coming to a time where we either can choose to live in the past of definitions and of how other people see us, or we can live from a place of on purpose creation and desire. And I will choose to live on a place of on purpose creation and desire in terms of beauty, health, wealth, abundance, serendipitous events, travel, living, um, all manner, art, all manner of whatever my topics are, and do that personal, introspective, and some written homework to support. Listening also to frequency musics that support, or lectures that support, or others like me, like you, talking out there. That in those moments, I'm spending my time in a review, positive view. I had done the picture of this chat had the four horsemen of the apocalypse, the biblical event of ending of a world and the coming of a new Christ. And I truly believe that we are the ones. We are all the horsemen. We are experiencing the horsemen. We're experiencing war. We're experiencing famine. We're experiencing purity. We're experiencing disease. We're experiencing all these things to bring us to the new level. In the white horse and in the pale horse, there is purity and virtue, doing the best, doing the right thing. There's nobility. There's aspiring to higher. There's paying attention to the ethereal self and the depth of our souls to create. In the black horses, there's death, which is also blackness, the vastness of the void, where the God force energy is, where we all come from. This place that we're all connected to and in and is all around us and through us. And death, there is no death. There's just a lifetime after lifetime of growth, expansion. We add to that field of possibility, or by some of us, or you, the idea of God as we experience and grow and change and add to, we are expanding that God force energy field and thought form. We are experiencing to the experience of God. We are lending, and all these colors, the red, the horse of fire and famine and destruction, is also rebuilding, because fire is cleansing. The red dragon of nobility brings my chaos and dis-ease to the golden portal, where it cannot come back, or at least it is relieved from me, and I am finding my way through health, through meditation, and through sound frequency, and through sharing my journey of all the things I'm going through, to also uplift you, because we are more than what we see. And our disclosure to us is us also, as disclosure, as supreme beings of intelligence, kindness, goodness, a wrath that does not hold tolerance for inequity, meaning the evil that is done unto not only what seems like human being species, but other species throughout the galaxy, other species on this planet. And that's a big one for accountability. Big one for accountability, especially when in going to war and creating all sorts of divisions, all sorts of strife in every family, in every strata of education or growth or abundances or not. When it's the simplest things that are the most powerful, remember the magic of the manger. Remember the power and the epiphany, the elegance of the humble birth of the manger. The soul that came in, the Christ one, who came in as a God force to teach, to be a light, and to pass on all that magnificence to us through us, because we are that as he was when he came, an embodiment as a male being on the planet. And there are many other iconic leaders, coaches, spiritual entities that have come forth in the human to remind us of our power, not to take it away from us, not to diminish us, but to uplift. And so the four horsemen also represents unity of family. It represents a leap of change, and also some have written it's a number one. It's a new beginning. I do not believe the earth itself destroys itself. I believe we do have timelines that we will be on. And many will fade away into a timeline where all things seem a struggle, hardship, and dismay. But then we're all going to be together, and then some of us are going to, we're open to all kinds of epiphanies of goodness. Wish that we're open, and we'll have our experiences of abundance that keep us going and going. So I'm just going to pull a card. I think pretty much it's what I want to say. If you read the description about this, I think it will hold some also ideas for you to think about. I'm going to pull a card on my own changing time that reflects your own changing time, and the wishes of what's next, the desires of what's next. My own changing time and your own changing time, and what that will hold for us. Any suggestions of power, magnificence, stability, abundance, kindness, and all that would be us, to be us. This card is mostly a green card of heart. Move with the flow. It's a number six. It's a number 26, which so too is a duality number. As within, so without, as above, so below, north, south, east, west, in relationship as two, in relationship at work. And six is getting rid of negative energies, so that would mean more than likely facing the negative energy, seeing it as it is, bringing up fear or bringing up limitation, and then deciding where you want to be with that, so that that limitation and fear enters you, that you know it, but it's through you and past you, and it has no power over you. And 6 and 2 is 8. 8, the infinity symbol, the quantum field, abundance and universe having your back, the abundant flow, the flow of life and being in flow of life, doing best to not shut down and go into the lower sort of negative thinking, which is easy to do. And if you've done that or are doing it, allow yourself. And then slowly as best you can, and then come back up to know and hug into what you really are, which is magnificent. So there's abundance all around. This is about the goddess here. This is a goddess representation. The flow of life, the flow of water, the eternal magic water that we need to have more of in our life, because water is very powerful. We can give water messages and it will transform itself, and then drinking that transforms us. There is a it's probably not a beehive, it's a wasp hive, which reminds us that there can be the stings in life, the things to be afraid of, and yet the hive, the wasp hive, has to thrive together in unity, has to come together, and everyone having their job, right? But the wasp, the evil part, does not need to take over. Look how much this is green, how big it is in connection to what would be troublesome or problemsome. So take heart that today all what we're concerned about is but ending. All that you're concerned about comes to the surface that it can flow. All that you're concerned about passes. And that you walk into that this age of Aquarius. Think about a huge portal. You've met the door of it. You can make it as beautiful, make it anything that you want. Mine was stepping out onto crystal. Beautiful kind of crystal. And right now it looks sort of like a citrine, like a honey citrine. And it's beautiful, magnificent. And there are many of these steps down into a beautiful city of abundance, of wisdom, of protection, of care, of unity, and magic. And things are pleasant, kind, good rains. I wish you a happy day wherever you are, and know that you have the power. Stay with the positive energies the best you can, because there's more coming. We're being watched by all aspects of goodness and the evil. Oops. The evil itself that we have known in us and in others and in states, only consciousness and in education and all businesses of life. This is coming down. The truthers that we are will not tolerate this, because it's just energy and needs now to evolve past and to be transmuted. Because it is our time of Aquarius. It is our time to shine and rise and be our galactic selves. There is no more time to stay in that lower energy. It is time. It's your time.